I'm gonna come. I'm gonna come. I'm gonna.
Murray, I am out of control. Yeah, I use drugs. I can do what I want, bitch. Yeah, I have sex and I don't use protection. It's my hot body. I'll do what I want. I don't go to school and I kill people. Whatever. I'll do what I want.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Um, Good to see everybody. Happy Sunday night. We're going to wait just a moment for Hayden to go ahead and dump into us. So we will see you in just a moment. I'll play some music. All right. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to the Mighty Meat channel and the Twitter files. Actually, for real this time, 100%. Not lying. Not going to get distracted. Look at that. Oh, squirrel. Shit. We almost made it. So, I'm going to say hi to the regulars and we will get started. Impish, good to see you, dear. Jiminy, hello. Tweety, hello. Beeweave, what's up? You big jive fuck. Stevie, buddy. I might talk to you after the show if you're hanging out in Discord. XComer, no, we just recently had daylight savings time switch over, so we are an hour ahead of you, which is interesting. So I will be in an hour until you guys catch up with your daylight savings time. Remember, I'm also streaming over on Rumble. Hey, Greedy. Thanks for stopping by, buddy. Everblink, good to see ya. How did they solve the problem with the O-ring on the shuttles? Different materials is the short answer. They didn't account for the humidity that was in Florida, heat and humidity, and the temperature change and shock when they went to cryofuels. So that was the problem. Alex, what's up, buddy? Edward. Miss Jessica, good to see you, dear. I will be on Jessica Reloaded this evening to do some ghost hunting. Join us over there. Dazzer, what's up? Glitterfart, what's up, man? You're not in trouble. I just wanted to. I had something I want to talk to you about. Adriana, what's up, Beers? Barbara. Welcome to all the Aussie viewers. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button. We do good stuff. We have some fun. Goddamn Max Comer. I thought you were genuinely asking. I didn't think you were still trolling. Hey. Hit that like button too, if you wouldn't mind. It helps in the algorithm. On our way to 1,000. We're getting there. We're getting there. Also of note, we have something coming up because we did hit the 500 milestone. We are going to be doing the meat roast where I have all you lovely people. Ironically, it's going to be a Rumble exclusive because YouTube will probably eat us if people start saying wonderful things about me. Yes, please hit the dislike if you don't want to hit the like because it's still interaction and it still helps. Thanks, Pierce. You're just trying to pile on, aren't you, Alex? Hey, Rebecca. So, anyways, we got to the 500 milestone. So later this week, I have to coordinate with some other individuals, but we're going to for sure do the meat roast. We're going to do a whole show where you guys come on Rumble exclusively, and you give me hell for as long as we can go. That's my thank you to you, fine loyal people. The next milestone is the 1,000 subscriber mark, which hopefully will happen in the very near term. And with that, I'll be doing a 24-hour stream, but I have time to plan that because we got a minute. Apologize. I'm reading North Korea is trending on Twitter again. Oh, if Glitter, if Hayden would like to have me, I would be happy to. A footsie OnlyFans video. If not, I'll send him some content. Yeah, I know. That one will definitely be this week because I want to get to it. I know a lot of people want to get to it. That will also be a Rumble exclusive. So, sorry, I was just checking this North Korea since it's trending again. China prevents U.S. webcast of UN's rights meeting on North Korea. So that's fun. It looks like North Korea is getting a little. Oh, oh, that's why it's trending. I can share this. Breaking. North Korea says it conducted 2-day drills simulating tactical nuclear counterattack. That's interesting. Also, I want to congratulate my Michigan State Spartans for knocking off the number 2 team in the tournament, and we are moving on. So, exciting time to be a Sparty. They've tested several of them at this point. That's another stream we have upcoming, and the nukes are not as hard to build as one would think. It has been a great day, Belandris. Michigan State, go green. Spartans. Okay, so not that this one sucks, but we just got yeah. Just after shooting up missiles last week, this is what happens when you have a weak leader. Absolutely. And chat, help me out. I had a comment on a video that said some people lurk and listen while they're driving or whatever. And if I could absolutely read off the chats, that would be really helpful because it would clue them into what the hell's going on. So if I don't do that, somebody kick me because I really want to try. Mighty Meat, I don't think you understand nuke and radioactive are not the same things. I absolutely understand nuke and radioactive are the same things. But that's a different discussion. I'm a Colorado Avalanche fan, so I don't like the Red Wings. They're the New York Yankees of hockey. All right, so this is a fantastic Twitter files. That's what I just said. They're not the same things. Radiation, radioactive. We're not. I don't know if this is a genuine question or you're trying to throw me off like XCOM, but that's what I said. They're not the same things. Radiation comes in many things. So, as you know, on my desk, I have several radioactive materials. Yes, Leanie, we are 100% going over them. So we have a great Twitter files tonight. This one is Twitter Files 19 from Matt Taibbi, the Great COVID-19 Lie Machine, Stanford, the Virality Project, and Censorship of True Stories. Oh, okay. I apologize. Spaghetti. I'm trying to eat intermittently. Virality Project. So, the release of Dr. Anthony Fauci's spring 2020 emails has been used to exacerbate distrust in Dr. Fauci, increase distrust in Fauci's expert guidance. So that's what it says. Discussion of Fauci's emails also spread in Chinese on Telegram. At least one group with 7.8K members, which mostly discuss right-wing conspiracies, claims Fauci, the CCP, WHO, and several deep state agencies have information on how to manipulate viruses and vaccines, which will fully expose the truth about viruses and vaccines. I know she meant cock. Not right now. I'm streaming, so there's not one in my mouth. Although much of the focus on Fauci's emails is related to his communication with Chinese officials in the early stages of the pandemic, the information also has a major impact on anti-vaccine networks. These networks are keen to foment increased distrust in Fauci's expert guidance and in the American public health officials and institutions. Given the large volume of emails, we also expect the responses to continue to flow in. Reports of vaccinated individuals contracting COVID-19 anyway, natural immunity, suggests COVID-19 leaked from a lab, even worrisome jokes. A big, giant.
He's pulling his cock out!
The conversation is interrupted to suggest that the coronavirus may have leaked from a lab. Blah, blah, blah. That's what they said. That's the same one. Worrisome jokes, blah, blah, blah. So they were joking about it coming from a lab. Because it probably did. All were characterized as potential violations or disinformation events by the Virality Project, a sweeping cross-platform effort to monitor billions of social media posts by Stanford University, federal agencies, and a slew of often state-funded NGOs. Just before Schellenberger, Doctor Not a Doctor, and I testified in the House last week, Virality Project emails were found in the Twitter files describing stories of true vaccine side effects as actionable content. True content which might promote vaccine hesitancy, viral posts of individuals expressing vaccine hesitancy, or stories of true vaccine side effects. This content is clearly mis or disinformation, but maybe malinformation, exaggerated or misleading. Also included in this bucket are often true posts which could feel hesitancies, such as individual countries banning certain vaccines. Yeah. I don't think there was any question in the community that was paying attention that it jumped from a bird to a pangolin to a bat to a wet market, and nobody's buying that shit. You've never had COVID? We've since learned that the Virality Project in 2021 worked with the government to launch a pan-industry monitoring plan for COVID-related content. At least 6 major internet platforms were onboarded to the same Jira ticketing system, daily sending millions of items for review. Yeah, and there was a certain amount of information coming out way before that, where it was pretty clear what was happening if you were paying attention. I've had it twice, so yeah, it seems to be not as impactful as it once was. The first time around was pretty bad. Second time wasn't. Though the Virality Project reviewed content on a mass scale for Twitter, Google, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Medium, TikTok, and Pinterest, it knowingly targeted true material and legitimate political opinion while often being factually wrong itself. Kaiser has something going on, so he's not going to be available. Oh shit, read chat. My name, where is Kaiser? He made a big stink about coming on here tonight. Kaiser had something come up, so he is unavailable. It is 100% a weapon. I 100% agree with you, Glitter. Platforms were final stakeholders in the VP effort. 6 social media platforms engaged with VP tickets. And that just tells who they are. Apologies for including the TikTok team member on the earlier thread. This story is important for 2 reasons. One, as an Orwellian proof of concept, the Virality Project was a smash success. Government, academia, and the oligarchy of would-be corporate competitors organized quickly behind a secret, unified effort to control the political messaging. Yeah, for sure. I thought I just got a message, but I guess not. I'm about to get banned for my comments. Hopefully the AI undoes it before I wake up and you'll fire everyone again. You're fine. You're fine. This one's flying close to the sun anyway, so if I do get struck, I'm kind of over it. Fuck them. 2, it accelerated the evolution of digital censorship, moving it from judging truth untruth to a new, scarier model, openly focused on political narrative at the expense of fact. We know that. We've felt that. Ironically, we just were talking about that with Glitter's comments. You've had it 3 times? Twice after the... Wow. That sucks. I'm sorry to hear that, Barb. Yep, exactly. Fuck them. They can't take a joke. Joking gets around TOS. Allegedly. The beginning, on February 5th, 2021, just after Joe Biden took office, gross, Stanford wrote to Twitter to discuss the Virality Project. By the 17th, Twitter agreed to join and got its first weekly report on anti-vax disinformation, which contained numerous true stories. Graphica, DRR Lam. So there's no question. I'm still confused. The type of person that should not make it me was fine, and the person who's the healthiest person I ever met passed from it. It was odd, and I think that's what leads to the somebody made it, because it really hit some... It was weird. It didn't make sense. It didn't make logical sense. And that's why if I were a different country and trying to maybe take another country and was starting to move in, the first thing I would do is get rid of healthy people that could fight back. In February 22nd, 2021, Stanford welcomed Twitter veterans like Yoel Otterboy Roth and Brian Clark, don't know who the hell that is, instructing them on how to join the group Jira system. You can watch a family-friendly welcome video here. Oh, thank God. Oh, they privated it. Bastards. Let me see if I can find it, though. Stanford. Jira. Let me see if I can find it. Boop, 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 boop. Let's see this. Let me see if it's on Rumble. Jira welcome video. You know they want you to see it if they privated it after the Twitter leaks. Let's see. This is... We'll watch it, see if it's worth it. I don't know. This is what I found.
Install the Zoom integration for Jira and use Zoom meetings to resolve issues or customer requests faster. Once installed, you can start or schedule a Zoom meeting from any Jira software issue or Jira Service Desk ticket. You can schedule a meeting for later with total control over the meeting topic, date, duration, and more. Once created, meeting details will be added as a comment, and all assignees and watchers of the request will be notified. You'll be able to edit the comment or cancel the scheduled meeting at any time. You can also start an ad hoc Zoom meeting immediately, allowing teams to resolve issues and fulfill requests over video. After the meeting, a summary is posted as a comment. Deliver better service faster with Atlassian and Zoom.
That really just seemed like an ad for Zoom.
All your
if
business
I'm
needs.
being truthful.
One single.
Which it very well could have been. We'll never know because they took it down. Thank you, Stanford, for being transparent. Is that true? Funny, the biggest export from the USA is blood? Huh. Wow, that's incredible. Huh. That's weird. I trust you. I just yeah, Stanford is gay. March 2nd, 2021, we're beginning to ramp up our notification process to platforms. In addition to the top 7 platforms, VP soon gain visibility to alternative platforms such as Gab, Parler, Telegram, and Getter, which died very quickly. Near total surveillance of the social media landscape. We're beginning to ramp up our notification process to platforms. Through July of 2020, Twitter's internal guidance on COVID-19 required a story to be demonstrably false or contain an assertion of fact to be actioned. But the Virality Project, in partnership with the CDC, pushed different standards. Clifford, can you pull that magic and get Meatwad monetized? What the hell are you talking about? I want to get I want to get Meatwad. I want to get monetized so freaking bad. Is it demonstrably false or misleading? There are 3 things to consider. Information that is significantly altered, manipulated, or doctored, or fabricated. Claims that are presented improperly or out of context. For example, through false connection, incomplete presentation, or false context. Claims that are widely accepted by experts to be inaccurate or false. Just ask you to be monetized? Stevie, will you monetize me? I have to get so many. I'm only waiting on the sub count. Like I have everything else. Truly, just share it around. I don't know how many I'm away, but I have everything but the sub count. So I need 478 subscribers, and I'll be there. Share it around. Tell people about me. Claim I'm a nice dude, even if it's a lie. It is advancing a claim of fact regarding COVID-19. There are 3 things to consider. Strong commentary, opinions, or satire are not subject to this policy. What? So, strong commentary. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. 478. You need 1,000. You need 1,000 And there's some community guidelines crap, and then you need 4,000 watch hours. I'm way over 4,000 watch hours because you guys are fantastic. Truly, I appreciate every single one of you. Tell you how many I have. I have 7,000 public watch hours, so I am well past it. I would bot you, but I'm too kind to do that. Strong. So yeah, so they're saying that if you have strong commentary, opinions, or satire, yeah, well, that's kind of where I'm at. A lot of people don't have the watch hours though, and I'm more than excited about the fact that I have them, because I know that that's a struggle for some, and I'm very young in my YouTube career and almost double the watch hour requirement. So, and that's all thanks to you guys hanging out with me. So, I try and make it interesting enough for you guys to stick around. So, VP told Twitter that true stories that could feel hesitancy, including things like celebrity deaths after vaccine, or the closure of a central New York school due to reports of a post-vaccine illness, should be considered standard vaccine misinformation on your platform. So not only was it Twitter, it was, take care, buddy. Thanks for stopping by. It's total watch hours, but they're not watch hours in the traditional form. There's a special formula to make them public watch hours. So sustained watch hours through blah, blah, blah. So it's, but I'm well past it. I am awesome. What's up, buddy? I am awesome too. Standard vaccine misinformation on your platform. So they were disseminating information about how to censor people with I'm sure people have done that. Views are unless you're doing shorts, but hey Mystic, do you wanna come down and maybe on so I can finish my food? That should be the same. Oh, she changed it again. Stories of true vaccine side effects, stories or true posts that could feel vaccines hesitancy. So they were making different cross-platform. They were trying to encourage other platforms to take the same hardline stance that they were in a coordinated effort. Now I'd like to see where the money's coming from to do so, because if it's coming anywhere from a government, then that's violation of our First Amendment, in my opinion. And one email to Twitter VP addressed what it called the vaccine passport narrative, saying concerns over such programs have driven a larger anti-vaccine narrative about the loss of rights and freedoms. This was framed by a misinformation event. Additionally, we'd like to also highlight our recent analysis of the vaccine passport. Concerns over vaccine records have been a focus on online vaccine conversations and have driven a larger vaccine narrative about the loss of rights and freedoms. Hold 1 second for us, guys.
Hello. All right, we're learning real quick, so bear with. Okay. Did you read this one already? Routinely framed real testimonials about side effects as misinformation from true stories of blood clot from AstraZeneca vaccines to a New York Times story about vaccine recipients who contracted the blood disorder thrombocytopenia. Oh my God, I'm sorry. It's really late. All right. A picture. Very few COVID vaccine recipients developed a rare blood disorder. Okay. Sorry. There we go. Hopefully that's a little bit better. All right. Looks like Matt. March of 2021, Twitter personnel were apping VP language, describing campaigns against vaccine passports, fear of mandatory immunizations, and misuse of official reporting tools as potential violations. Do you read all of this? Okay. This echoed a report to Twitter by the Global Engagement Center, RE, Russia-linked accounts. While this account posts legitimate and accurate COVID-19 updates, it posts content that attacks Italian politicians, the EU, and the United States. Looks like there is all kinds of stuff there. Hi, Iowa. All right. Oh my gosh, it's so tiny you can't even read it. Just a bunch of tweets. The same GEC report found in the Twitter files identified former Italian Prime Minister Giuseppe Conte, the former Italian Democratic Party Secretary Nicola Zingaretti, who's been compared to Bernie Sanders as highly connective accounts in a Russia-linked network. So we have this guy, not him, us.
If you click on the comment, you can bring it up on screen. Like
Oh,
ours.
okay.
So click on it and read it.
I know, I'm sorry, guys. I'm just, I didn't
You gotta
read.
move the mouse.
Remove the mouse off the comment. My friend is paralyzed from their damn jab. They canceled her access for asking if others had this happen. It cost her her business and her home. Holy crap, Barb. That's horrible. Thanks, Jazzer. I'm getting really tired. My bedtime is about like 8:30, like a 90-year-old, so I'm pushing it. All right. The Virality Project helped Virality. That's what I thought, and then it sounded funny. The Virality Project helped pioneer the gauging of disinformation by audience response. If the post-vaccine death of a Black woman named Drenay Keys, do you think that's how you say that? Drenay? Is that probably
just
Drenay
make it up
Keys
if
in Virginia went unnoticed? Inspired mostly anti-vaccine comments on local media, it became a disinformation event. Ooh. An elderly Black woman, after receiving the Pfizer vaccine in Virginia, received attention in anti-vax groups alongside local news outlets. All right, 21. The VP warned against people just asking questions, implying it was a tactic commonly used by spreaders of misinformation. It also described a worldwide rally for freedom planned over Telegram as a disinformation event. All right. Media personalities and politicians have a thriving symbiosis. Tucker Carlson claims to have repeatedly found purchase with right-wing politicians who play an important role in the vaccine conversation and the spread of false and misleading claims. Senator Johnson appears on Carson's show to discuss why he was not getting vaccinated in a clip riff with misinformation about vaccine deaths. The clip received over a bunch of views, shares, held an event for individuals to testify about adverse reactions to COVID-19 vaccines. The event was subject to criticism from medical professionals. However, when pressed about it, Senator Johnson stated he was not anti-vax. He was just, quote unquote, asking questions, a tactic commonly used by spreaders of misinformation to deflect culpability. Thanks, Jude. I'm trying. Almost always reportable, it encouraged platforms to target people, not posts, using Minority Report style pre-crime logic, describing repeat offenders like Robert Kennedy Jr. It spoke of a large volume of content that is almost always reportable. It's just the same thing, just bigger. VP was repeatedly extravagantly wrong. In one email to Twitter on misinformation, it spoke of wanting to hone in on an increasingly popular narrative about natural immunity. This week, we were able to hone in on ongoing tactics and themes, including an increasingly popular narrative around natural immunity, and magnet videos sleeping from English into other languages. Seeping, sorry. Thanks, Saucy. All right. The VP in April 2021 mistakenly described breakthrough infections as extremely rare events that should not be inferred to mean vaccines are ineffective. 5,800 breakthrough cases of people getting coronavirus after vaccinations. Some accounts have seized on the data to suggest that vaccines are ineffective. Later, when the CDC changed its methodology for counting COVID-19 cases among vaccinated people, only counting those resulting in hospitalization or death, VP complained that anti-vaccine accounts RFK Jr. and What's-Her-Face retweeted the story to suggest hypocrisy. That's a funny name, What's-Her-Face. After CDC changed its methodology for counting COVID-19 cases. A few months later, breakthrough cases are happening. And they are of serious concern. Though they represent an important reason to get the vaccine, anti-vaccine activists use the term to suggest the opposite, that the vaccine is ineffective and that the major public health institutions are deceiving the public about it. Public health communication must include clear statistics and guidance around the Delta variant, its levels of infectiousness, and rate of breakthrough cases broken down by symptom, illness, and hospitalization. I did hear that the Delta variant was really bad. I don't believe I ever got that one, so that's a win. In a chilling irony, the VP ran searches for the term surveillance state as an unaccountable state. Partnered bureaucracy secretly searched it out. The idea that vaccines are part of a surveillance state won its own throughout crime bucket conspiracy. After about a year, on April 26, 2022, the VP issued a report calling for a rumor control mechanism to address nationally trending narratives in a misinformation and disinformation center of excellence to be housed within CISA and the Department of Homeland Security. Seems kind of counterintuitive. A rumor control page could serve as a central authority with information to clarify emerging narratives and get ahead of predictable tropes and narratives. The page could also help coordinate public messaging, like the CISA's rumor control page did for the 2020 U.S. election. Seems interesting that you would need to have a rumor control page and that everybody would be on board with that. Excuse me. The next day, April 27th, 2022, DHS Secretary somebody announced in a House Appropriations Subcommittee hearing that a disinformation governance board had been created to be headed by the signing censor Nina. Singing. Yeah.
Secretary, who's Nina Jankowicz?
She is the newly appointed individual in our Office of Policy in the Department of Homeland Security.
Is she the new executive director of the disinformation? Is she the new executive director for Disinformation Governance Board?
She is the executive director of the Disinformation Governance.
And this is
Executive Director for Disinformation.
Did you play the video?
I believe so. It's only 20 seconds.
Okay. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Got to finish my food. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So, on the next day, April 27th, 2022, DHS Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas announced in a House Appropriations Subcommittee hearing that the Disinformation Governance Board had been created to be headed by the signing censor Nina Jankowicz. Listen to what Jim Jordan has to say here.
Nina Jankowicz.
She is the newly appointed individual in our Office of Policy in the Department of Homeland Security. And
is she the new executive director of the disinformation? Is she the new executive director for Disinformation Governance Board?
She is the executive director of the Disinformation Governance.
And this is
Okay, so they admitted it. So, and once again, thank you very much to Mystic for stepping in for me. I was so hungry, and I want Mayorkas to, I can't read that word, in the Rio Grande River in Minecraft. Just saying. Interesting. Me and my wife and 2 children went whitewater rafting down the Rio Grande River. There's plenty of areas where it would be great to do just that. Just saying. In Minecraft. Of course, we don't advocate violence on this channel. And shit. Nothing we say constitutes advice in any way. We are for jokes and entertainment only. Even in his final report, VP claimed that it was misinformation to suggest the vaccine does not prevent transmission, or that governments are planning to introduce vaccine passports. Both things turned out to be true. Of course they did. Of course they did. They wanted vaccine passports the whole time. It just wasn't scary enough. And all they're trying to didn't achieve the mission. The Reality Project was specifically not based on assertions of fact, but public submissions to authority, acceptance of narrative, and pronouncements by figures like Anthony Dr. Fauci. The project's central animating concept was, you can't handle the truth. Bullshit.
You are fake news.
Mr. Fauci. I've heard some interesting things about Fort Bliss, and since we're having issues trusting our government, I'm not sold that China may not have done something here. I don't know. We'll wait for the information to come out, but supposedly Fort Bliss had something to do with the development. If you believe the tinfoil hat conspiracy theories, I do. One of its 4 core partners, Pentagon-funded Graphica, explained in a report about Fauci that because the public cannot be trusted to make judgments on its own, it must be shielded from truths that might undermine its faith and authority. Very CCP of them. I hope so too, but damn, we know it's not gonna fucking happen, which is really frustrating. But if it does,
I'm gonna come.
Oh, I forgot I have this one too. Fuck Fauci. What's up, Rashard? Okay, Beers, you asked nicely, so I will. Beers, you know I love you. The continual process of seeding doubt and uncertainty in authoritative voices, Graphica wrote in a report sent to Twitter, leads to a society that finds it too challenging to identify with what's true or false. I agree with that. I can't read this because it's way too small. For this reason, the CDC, a partner project, focused often on disinformation events involving Fauci, saying the release of Fauci's emails foments distrust, and deriding assertions he misled the public. Release of Fauci's email foments distrust among anti-vaccine communities. Let's be clear right here. Let's be clear right now. Control plus scroll wheel. What the hell are you doing? This wasn't a vaccine. Doesn't fit the definition. It certainly wasn't. And anybody who believes it is, in my opinion, misguided. Very misguided. I'm gonna do a poll. Might be a little premature, but premature happens. There we go. There's a poll for you guys. We'll see where you're at. A Cleveland Clinic study showed previous infection offered the same immunity. Oh, I'm canceled. As the vaccine, but VP said discovery was subservient to the narrative. Whether or not scientific consensus is changing, natural immunity is a key narrative among anti-vaccine activists. So there it is. It's published by the Science. Are you serious? I've seen one. I'm not even lying. We'll talk about what video it was on. That's why I asked the question. Often true content. The Virality Project communications mirror those produced in recent court case Louisiana versus Biden, which showed Facebook admitting to the WHO that it too was censoring true content. I didn't know you were into that kind of porn, though. We're gonna have to talk because we know more about each other than we thought. West Taiwan had everything to do with it. Other tyrannical governments just did nothing and took advantage. Potentially. We'll remove these groups' pages accounts when they are disproportionately promoting this sensationalized content. Beautiful. And I can't believe shit's still redacted. Shouldn't be. We need to know the truth. We really do. You know what I was talking about. Oh, you're referencing that the United States may have had something to do. I kind of disagree with that at this point. Just because it seems like the United States could have had something to do with it at some point. I'm not saying intentionally, released it, but I think they could have had some something with the development and understanding of it. So, so our Twitter leaks check to see if I'm still suspended. Oh, really? Supposed to be connected to Beaumont Hospital. Huh. I'm just a little guy. I don't know, but Beaumont Hospital's real close. Really close. Let me see. So our Twitter leaks check. I am still suspended, bastards. I'm pretty sure it's always going to be suspended. From the start, Stanford explained the Virality Project would essentially continue the work of its 2020 Election Integrity Partnership. The same JIRA system from the EIP is up and running, they wrote. I know, that's what I'm saying. Send him a link. I'll send him a link. I don't give a shit. He probably won't show up, but because he's busy. I haven't talked to Max in a bit. I'm sending him a message. Shit. Hey. All right. There we go. And it is off. So if he's available, I'm sure he'll join us. Love Max. US paid for it to be done. That candidate was funded by the United States. Potentially. Max is always helpful. Fucking love Max. He's a cool dude. Scary, but cool. In the last Twitter Files thread, we posted, I bet you this isn't here, we posted a video of EIP Director Alex Stamos describing the project as Stanford trying to fill the gap of things the government couldn't do legally. Well, that's some bullshit.
There was a lack of capability around election disinformation. This is not because CISA didn't care about disinformation, but at the time, they lacked both kind of the funding and the legal authorizations to go do the kinds of work that would be necessary to truly understand how election disinformation was operating. So because of the feedback and the ideas from this group, we were able to pull together pretty quickly a project between these 4 different institutions to try to fill the gap of the things that the government could not do themselves. there was
So fill the gap of the things the government couldn't do themselves. That's awesome. Way to subvert the First Amendment. It worked. Give them credit. It worked. At least for a while. But there will be a price. There will be a price that they have to pay. Eventually. I hope. I hope. Wasn't me. We also showed a video in which Stamos introduced EIP Research Director Renee DiResta as having worked for the CIA. DiResta in 2021-2022 would be listed as Stanford Scholar leading the Virality Project. Okay. As a pandemic... Excuse me. I didn't. It was Ozzy. The pandemic continues to be an ongoing health emergency with new variants rapidly spreading. It is increasingly urgent that the accurate vaccine-related information be accessible and readily available to the public. Stanford scholar and leading expert on mis and disinformation. To be fair, I still haven't got my Taco Hell either. My wife told me no. Probably for the best. By October 2020, Stamos was hinting at the direction of the Future Virality Project, telling a national cybersecurity conference that the anti-disinformation mission needs a new focus. I thought you were already going to... I thought you already left, Glitter. Have a good night, buddy. Appreciate you. Hit that like and subscribe button, please, if you are not subscribed. Or if you don't like it, hit the dislike button. That's okay. Either way, it's channel interaction, and I love it. There's 30 people here. Can we get more than 15 votes? Let's get to 20 on the poll. Do you trust Dr. Fauciisms? Don't you lie. Hayden, help me out here. I'm going to get in trouble. Help a brother out. It was Mystic. There we go. By October 2020, Stamos was hinting at the direction of the Future Virality Project, telling a national cybersecurity conference that the anti-disinformation mission needed a new focus. You know what? Polls are anonymous, and I trust that everybody has their reasons and probably realistically are trolling. 4 more votes, ladies and gentlemen. 4 more, and then we can end the poll. We talk way too much about the foreign... Let me start over. We talk way too much about foreign. It's sexy, and it's fun. It can be. And it's a little bit cold weary, Stamos said, adding the vast majority of problems were now domestic. We have like 80-20 breakdown. I think that needs to be flipped.
I think we talk way too much about it. Let's be honest. I think we talk way too much about it. It's sexy, it's fun, and it's a little bit cold worry. But the truth is that the vast majority of these problems, and the problems in our information environment, are domestic problems. They're problems in how we interact with each other, the norms
What's up,
that are
Wild?
created about online political speech, about amplification issues, about how now politicians are utilizing platforms. And so I think we have like an 80-20 breakdown of 80% we talk about foreign and 20 domestic. I think that needs to be flipped.
Oh, I'm supposed to read these. Damn it. I wouldn't trust him if he said it was raining without going outside myself. I wouldn't either. I would not either. and I should read this one as well. I am curious. You honestly believe him. Why? No judgment for me. Everyone else, I can't promise. Well, and this is a free speech place. If you have an opinion and it's a truthful opinion, we'd love to hear it because maybe, I mean, shit, maybe we're missing something. So, truly, I'm not trying to troll or be an ass. I'm just saying, I mean, if you have a different perspective, we'd love to hear it, honestly. VP's partners, DoD funded Graphica, the National Science Foundation funded Center for Informed Public, CIP, the GEC funded DFR Lab, and the NYU Center for Social Media Politics, or CESMAP. Maps belong on walls. It just blows my mind how much fucking money they get for this. The NSF has awarded grant funding for a proposal submitted by the researchers at University of Washington Center for Informed Public. He did the same thing when AIDS first broke out, saying you could catch it off being in the same house. Yeah, and he did a lot of work in bathhouses, and we thank him for his service, for all the dedication to being on his knees in bathhouses. No one knew much about AIDS when it first hit. Takes time. Doctor's job is a best guess. Yeah, but he's such an ass about it. Like, if you don't know, that's cool. Say you don't know. But to trust the science and get all hellbent about how wonderful you are, it's kind of off-putting, honestly. So, we need 2 more votes so I can end the poll, ladies and gentlemen. I completely trust Fauci. It's hard to even say that. Completely trust the government and the official story that we were told about everything. Of course we do. We always do. What's up, Jonathan? They never say they don't know. God complex. Absolutely. Yeah, he was testing AIDS drugs on kids in the foster care system. Well, the prisons, foster care, all that kind of shit, like it's incredible. Oh, we can end the poll. Final results were 90% no, 9% yes. So we had 2 votes with a total of 21 votes. So we had 2 votes for yes, and the rest of us voted no. VP would later say it partnered with several government agencies, including the Office of the Surgeon General and the CDC, Center for Disease Control, if you didn't know. It reportedly also worked with the DHS's, Department of Homeland Security, CISA, Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, and GEC, among others. So, I mean, they were very well connected to different government agencies. It's not like these were fringe people. These were people that were actually working in the same sphere and as the government and had a serious amount of impact. So, to recap, America's information mission went from counterterrorism abroad to stopping foreign influence from reaching domestic audiences to 80% domestic content. Much of it true. The Disinformation Governance Board is out, but truth policing is not. And that's the terrifying part. That's the part to take away and learn from here. Like, it went from, were you going to use this in the Middle East, to, oh, we're going to use it here to stop the Middle East from coming here, to now we're going to do our own people. And that's just scary. Ditto's mom is right. Welcome, Ditto's mom. 6 people haven't hit the like, folks. And there's probably more than that because people have been in and out. So I would really appreciate it if you hit the like and subscribe. A special thanks to NFX for hard work on the story with Technofog, Schellenberger, Doctor Not a Doctor, Burger Bell, that's an awesome name, Schmidt Sue 1, Aaron J. Mate, and the Rackets News Team. Is that Nick? Thanks especially to the Mike Ben Cyber searches conducted by a third party. Material may be left out. Well, yeah, because you're not going to do all the material you've ever had. Like, it's just not. That's unreasonable to think that you're gonna add everything. So my take is director of the CDC and many more in important positions, CEO of Pfizer and on. It also turns to AIDS years faster. So, haha, John, I missed something. Medicine everywhere is shady as hell. Yeah, I mean, it's not great. In the 50s, for instance, they were prescribing grape and things like that. So, I forget what the hell it's called. Is it called hysteria? Where doctors used to, sorry, this is going to be kind of graphic, but I think it's important that we talk about shit like this. Doctors used to masturbate the women to make them orgasm to get rid of different conditions, which seems like a really creepy, pervy way to get rocks off. But I mean, whatever. It's just the truth. It's not to be dirty or ridiculous or anything like that. It's just, one of those things. But what's my thought on this? There has been more than enough. Think I keep forgetting because the ones I interact with are good and ethical people, and they are all not, or they're not all. Yeah, I mean, if you have a good one, I wasn't trying to be. I was just telling the truth. Like, maybe I'll do a show on it at some point, but yeah, I think it was called Hysteria. So, if anybody knows and can back me up, go for it. I'd love it. I'd really love it. So happy thoughts. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Here's that other asteroid. NASA's monitoring asteroid that could collide with Earth on Valentine's Day in 2046. Oh, yeah, you didn't mean I was being pervy. Gotcha. Because I was trying not to be pervy, but I'm gonna see if I can find anything quick. Yeah, it's called Hysteria. Let me see if I can figure out. Yeah, we can go into that because we're all done with Twitter files, so hell, why not? Sounds fun. So we'll finish up on this, and then we'll get through. We'll talk about a little bit of this and kind of what the medical system's like. I mean, of course, we're gonna get further down the road and get more. We're gonna get better at the science and stuff like that. And I can't go that far down. So we can, well, yeah, fuck it. It shouldn't be a big deal. This is for educational purposes only when we get to it. So I think that we have proven beyond a reasonable doubt with the 19th drop of the Twitter files. Try to focus on the positives, and the mind goes into hyper negative because I'm annoyed at something else. Well, that's human nature. We normally associate negative even when it's not there. So, or you know, so. Right, not you, honey. This time we're yeah. I see. I'm being not ridiculous today. The times were pervy. They treated women like fake toys. Absolutely, they treated women horribly. They treated a lot of people horribly though. People were, and to be truthful, people are still shitty to other people. A lot. So, So, anyways, we think we know so much, but there is a hell of a lot. They know about nothing, right? And that's yeah. That's for sure. So, just to wrap up the Twitter files thing, one of the things is the government was certainly censoring people, absolutely censoring people. There's no question about it. There was a concerted effort to censor and silence people around COVID-19. You would say that. Ozzy, I got one for you, baby.
Gay!
That was for you, Oz. So I think it goes without saying that we've been lied to, we've been silenced, and we need to make it so that we don't run into this problem again. We have to take care of it, and we have to push back on the little things. And again, not violently, not anything where they can use against us, but we have to start saying enough is enough of this shit. Because it's getting out of hand. It's getting out of hand. So we need to stand for what's right. We need to stand for our constitutional rights, and we need to start pushing back on this. I'm sure you do, Jonathan. So let's trust the science and get into this medical phenomenon of the Victorian area. If you are, this is not a sexual thing, this is an educational thing, but it will get into graphic detail. If you're not into it, please have a good evening, and we will catch you tomorrow. But if so, cellophane, trigger warning, blah blah blah. The Mosaic Effect: How the Chinese Communist Party Started a Hybrid War in America's Backyard. ODL is what the book will be on. Okay. Aussie Overlord, sorry, mate. But unless you're sitting on an amp, it's not going to work, mate. So again, if you're not... Jesus Christ, you degenerates. I just meant that they can both put you in a good mood. Okay. We're not saying anything different. We agree, buddy. Just relax. Focus on driving. Female hysteria. And again, I just want to be clear, we're going into a sexual topic, a graphic topic. If this isn't your thing, we'd love to have you back, but we don't want to offend you in any way. I mean, we want to offend you. We just don't want to offend you on something that might not be your cup of tea. Female hysteria, when Victorian doctors used to finger their patients. 1800s, 1900s ads, event, and history, female medical, what the fuck are the tags. We're at Vintage ES. In the Victorian era, specifically 1837 to 1901, doctors treated women by genital stimulation to induce hysterical paroxysm or an orgasm. This hysteria was supposed to be build up of fluid in the woman's womb, and doctors assumed that since men ejaculated and felt better, then it stood to reason. So that's an ad. All 3 inches of beers is here for this one. And his box of crayons. I don't think they do it anymore. Ow, shit. A washing machine on the spin cycle. Make sure it rocks. The wife will love it. I just sent you a TikTok, I think, on D. Okay. I'll check it in a minute here. But what about the husbands? What did they have to say about this? Well, proper gentlemen of the time were not trained to see their wife's needs. It was not even understood that women had needs. Oh, nobody buys that, impish. You're just as degenerate as the rest of us. Instead, it was much easier to call for the doctor when a woman exhibited symptoms of hysteria. Yes, the doctor could treat a woman in their home. The fainting couch or chaise lounge became popular for the lady's comfort during this treatment. Oh, like still? Huh. They have so-called white hands doing this in Japan. From Richard. Jonathan, just make sure you put her in the stable at night and clean them out weekly. So one doctor saw a woman squirt and assumed it was a bad thing. Sure. There are legitimate medical reasons to remove fluids, but I don't know if this was one. If I recall correctly, this is why vibratory were invented. I believe so as well. Yes. Blah, blah, blah. Female hysteria. I'm trying to make sure there's nothing. Was a once common medical diagnosis made exclusively in women, which is today no longer recognized by modern medical authorities as a medical disorder. Its diagnosis and treatment was routine for many hundreds of years in Western Europe. Hysteria was widely discussed in the medical literature of the Victorian era. Women considered to be suffering from it exhibited a wide array of symptoms, including faintness, nervousness, insomnia, fluid retention, heaviness in the abdomen, muscle spasms, shortness of breath, irritability, loss of appetite for food or sex, and a tendency to cause trouble. I'm sorry, that's funny. No, there isn't. Actually, there. Jesus, what topic did I walk into? Oh, this is a great one. We're talking about how the medical system can be bullshit, basically. Yep. Didn't Dr. Kellogg push stuff like this? I'm not sure. There's a pretty good porno of a female patient and a female doctor and hysteria and blah blah blah. Anyways, Impish Anu. Hey Impish, yeah, just got in from a nice date with the missus and wandered into this weirdness. Well, I hope you had a good time, Kaiser. Welcome. Kaiser Pineapple, I went to the bathroom and it was Twitter. I came back to this, just as lost as you. We're talking about medical science and history and how Dr. Fauci was wrong. Yes, Dr. Kellogg did push crap like this. He famously invented cornflakes to prevent onanism, masturbation. Huh. That's interesting. So continuing on, hysteria was widely discussed in the medical literature of the Victorian era. Women were considered to be suffering from it, exhibited a oh, I already read that. Shit, sorry. Since ancient times, women considered to be suffering from hysteria would sometimes undergo a pelvic massage. Manual stimulation of the anterior wall of the vagina by the doctor until the patient experienced hysterical paroxysm. And this is an ad. Wonderful Healer states, here is health through the magical power of fine, gentle massage. Dr. Swift. His home treatment, which cures the patient in the privacy of their own house without the knowledge of anyone, is creating a profound sensation because it is curing the hopeless and those pronounced incurable. Yes, he made her squirt. I didn't know that Dr. Kellogg was a doctor either. Yeah, no, you can't do this yourself. Trust the science and let some creepy guy come in and do it for you. Yeah, and after you got breakfast in bed. And you know all these doctors probably weren't on the up and up. Like, let's be honest. A solution was invention of massage devices, which shortened the treatment from hours to minutes. They would spend hours down there? Holy shit. Yeah, we're getting there. Interesting fact, the doctor got tired of manual masturbating women for hysteria and invented the first vibrator. Ironically, the name inspired the name of the band, Steely Dan. Wow. Removing the need for midwives and increasing a physician's treatment capacity. Wow. So, from hours to minutes, ROFL. This is the father of vibrators. Was a Doc 1 made the cereal common? Yes, I believe. One from Kellogg. Yes, I think that's what they're talking about. Wait, hours what? Exactly. Days of straitjackets. So if they were midwives and they were performing sexual activity, that made a lot of lesbians. Like, let's just be honest. The brothers stole the cornflake from Dr. Kellogg. Oh, okay. Anyways, what the hell did I lean up? Already at the turn of the century, hydrotherapy devices were available at Bath. So a shower head. You could do it yourself, ladies. And by the mid-19th century, they were popular at many high-profile bathing resorts across Europe and in America. If you make her go hours, that's edging, just saying. Exactly. And that's teasing, and that sucks. By 1870, a clockwork-driven vibrator was available for physicians. In 1873, the first electromechanical vibrator was used at an asylum in France for the treatment of hysteria. Wow. I gotta look this up. Clock-driven vibrator. Holy shit. Hang on, it's loading. I think this was older than. Yeah, this is 1930. Okay. But yeah, that's what we're looking at. That's an interesting piece of equipment. But is it still edging if there are multiple orgasms? I don't know. Ask it later, friends. What the fuck? Oh, hang on. I have a sound for this. Where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at?
What the fuck?
I'm trying to be very careful with this because look at that thing. Yeah, an angle grinder, a waxer. Really? Of course it's about the journey, not the destination. Rachel, you are certainly behind. Then a NIHD have a giant Ecolab working inside the Wuhan lab. Yeah, and that's why I think they have something to do with it. But if you're making it this far, I'm sorry. Imagine the burnt hair smell. 1930s tech was dangerous, to say the least. Yeah. I don't know if that's an ironic comment or you're being truthful because I don't know. I don't know if it would have went to further sexual interaction. Looks like a Dremel. It does. It very much does. An early Dremel. You could probably use the Dremel for that if you put a rubbery tip on it. Assuming it's pneumatic. Yeah, probably. Trying to catch up. So yeah, that's the plan. It's better to give than receive. Yeah, I prefer give, but everybody has their own thing. No kink shaming here. I'd have to disown Ozzy if I started kink shaming. It almost looked like one of those. You said nope cable. It almost looked like one of those fucking roto rooters that you do the sewers with. It says at the bottom of my thing, nothing we say constitutes advice in any way. We are all for jokes and entertainment only. Oh, okay. I got you. And Stevie says he's used a Dremel in his butt. Or maybe I said that. One of us said that. Yeah, drain the snake. All right, let's keep going. While physicians of the period acknowledged that the disorders stem from sexual dissatisfaction, they seemed unaware of or unwilling to admit that sexual purpose of the devices used to treat it. In fact, the introduction of the speculum was far more controversial than that of the vibrator. Holy shit. Female patient asleep with hysteria wearing a straitjacket. Does that... Nobody believes you. Also, if my information is correct, one used to or possibly still will find a lot of tapered candles in a nunnery. Oh, okay. Huh. Get that shit out of here. No, let him grift. So let's just couldn't see. Knowing you, it was just as likely to be the Second Amendment banner. That's true. That's very true. So let's do a thought experiment here. If you have, this looks like a younger woman, right? And we can all maybe agree on that. That is in a straitjacket, in a bed, being masturbated by a physician, which is likely going to be male and likely going to be older. How is this not grape? Is it not grape? You're going to make me gag and don't eat the tuna and carrots. Or don't eat the tuna carrots. Yeah. Yeah. Is this not grape? Hey, sarcastic. Because I think that if you have somebody that's in a straitjacket, strapped to a bed, getting a, quote, medical treatment, in this scenario, I think this is grape. Oh, it's definitely not pineapple. Huh. For you. Where the hell is it at? It's just for you, Stevie. Just for you, buddy. Don't take it that far in your mouth then, Law. You guys, stop it. Just like you walked into a cornfield backwards. You ran into a cornfield backwards. Unless she wants it. Yeah, I mean... Okay. High-frequency electric currents in medicine, 1910. Now, I know this is an educational picture, but I'm going to fly by this one because it shows boobies. Water massages as a treatment for hysteria, circa 1860. A physician in 1859 claimed that a quarter of all women suffered from hysteria, which is reasonable considering that one physician cataloged 75 pages of possible symptoms of hysteria and called the list incomplete. Almost any alignment could fit the diagnosis. Physicians thought that the stresses associated with modern life caused civilized women to be more susceptible to nervous disorders and to develop faulty reproductive traits. In America, such disorders in women reaffirmed that the United States was on par with Europe. One American physician expressed pleasure that the country was catching up to Europe in the prevalence of hysteria. Those are still used today, although I don't know that any of the lit on it is valid. Well, I still know that they're sexual therapies in general. Meaty, what did you think that would happen with this bunch? I mean, Have you met these people? Impish Inu, Dazer, Jonathan, Palandris, the Apostle Steve, Aussie Overlord, and Impish. Yeah, I mean, that's a degenerate group, Impish. But they're all great people too, and I love them very much. Well, I mean, okay, so I'm trying to think of how to. Yeah, I'll get to it. Let me get back real quick. Impish Kaiser Pineapple is very upset that you excluded him. I'm a very nervous person. So I mean, there are plenty of men that would enjoy that job today, I'm sure. And if you got to pick your clientele, and I mean, how is it any different than prostitution? Honestly, I mean, yeah, there's more pieces involved, but how is it different than prostitution? You're still getting enjoyment and getting, different things released. So what the hell's the difference? And why shouldn't it be? I'm pro prostitution. I think it should be totally fine. Kaiser's too pure to be perverted. Shut up, Impish. This man, let me tell you something about him. Kaiser's worse than I am. He just hides it well. And what were we getting back to? So there's still things that I know of that are like prostate milking, where they massage your prostate and make you excrete fluid out of your wing wang. So I mean, it still happens with males. It's not as prevalent, but it's a procedure. And they just, put your finger, the doctor or I know, that's what I'm saying. He's worse than I am. I got a prostate exam, and when they push on it, it makes you cum. I've never had one because I'm not of a certain age yet, but
I'm gonna come.
for sure. I've thought about it. Like, it seems like it would be interesting, but I don't know. Doctor just shoves his fingers up your butt and you massage his prostate. So it's the same thing, just the other it's like sorcery. Impish, you left out Jude too. Yeah, that's some bullshit. That's how they harvest semen if the guy dies and the wife wants a baby? Wow. Well, let me tell you something about gay men. They don't think so. I mean, I'm just saying. Anyone fill their scrotum with saline? Nope. Supposed to be getting my prostate checked. Don't want to. And in all seriousness, you should, because prostate cancer is a bitch, and if it's caught early, it can be taken care of. So I know it's not fun. No, it's not enjoyable. Nobody's gonna think any less of you. Go get it checked out, buddy. And like Jonathan says, get it done. It's not that bad. He enjoyed it. It just starts oozing out and you can't control it. Sounds like a good time. Back to the article that's taken way too long to read. Rachel P. Maines, author of The Technology of Orgasm Hysteria, the Vibrator in Women's Sexual Satisfaction, has observed such cases were quite profitable for physicians. No shit. since the patients were at no risk of death but needed constant treatment. Oh. The only problem was that the physicians did not enjoy the tedious task of vaginal massage. My ass, they didn't. My ass, they didn't. Nobody wants to get their ass checked, but it's better than dying of prostate cancer. Absolutely. What the hell has happened to the show tonight? This is the Lord's Day, you heathens. To each their own. If they're doing that, I want a meal first. What? Gay sex or a prostate exam? Either one. You should probably get a meal first. And on farms, often an electronic device is used to stimulate an intact male to harvest the swimmers. Artificial insemination. Yeah. I know Leanie is. Waterfall alert. Blah, blah, blah. Generally referred to as a pelvic massage, the technique was difficult for a physician to master and could take hours to achieve. Well, I'll leave my comments out of this one. Historic paroxysm, referral to midwives, had been common practice, meant a loss of business for the physician. Well, we were getting ready for Jessica Reloaded streams, and I did. I still have like an hour, don't I? Somebody just needs to tell me when I need to show up. Danzig wants something to eat. Sure. What the hell? Apparently Dick Masterson inflates the scrotum with saline. Damn. No. Are you gonna send it to me? That's what I thought. Don't scare me like that, Beers. Jesus Christ. Number 4, Victorian combinations, pneumatic and mechanical vibratory massage outfit. That's one hell of a machine. I know you would be. The original electronic vibrator costs less than imitations. That is one hell of a scary fucking product. Holy shit. Yeah, I want it. Oh, what the hell's going on? Send me a link on Discord. Everyone knows wonderful results that have been achieved by massage, and almost everybody knows that Arnold Electric Vibrator is the most scientific way of giving this beneficial massage in the home. It is most widely used in the electric vibrator and in the country solely because it is the best. It is the original electric vibrator. Dude, I would buy one of these. It probably was noisy as hell, Richard. Yeah, I think it would be cool just to have one, but just because I like antique shit. Like, I think it's cool. Arnold features die mold motor castings, high nickel plate finish, keeps the luster and good looks. Every part interchangeable U.S. government high-speed motor bearings for hardest kind of usage. Speed control by new, unique patented device in handle. Arnold armatures given maximum power without overheating, light, compact, and easily handled. Yeah, absolutely. Vibratory and electrical play all in one. Bullshit. Why can't I go back? There we go. Aids that everyone appreciates. There's like a whole fucking catalog for this. Look at this. Well, I guess that's an electric fan. So these aren't all. Where's the. Does that connect to a sewing machine? Because that would be fantastic. They need to make one that connects to a sewing machine. Yep. I know, you keep telling me you have one, but you haven't showed me. $5.95 for a portable vibrator. And vibrator attachments for $1.35 a piece. The Barker vibrator. It's great. Anything is a dildo if you're brave enough. Susu. I agree. Yeah, James, I assume you just joined us. That's what we're doing with this whole thing. We kind of got sidetracked on medicine isn't always 100%, and then we went through an article about doctors using it for orgasm for hysteria. Oh, I didn't think you were being serious. Well, good night, dear. No, you're totally fine. Enables you to enjoy massage at home, invigorates the nerves and entire system, benefits the complexion and scalp, and banishes soreness. Stimulates the circulation by natural means without drugs. Your physician recommends it. Invaluable after bathing or exercise. Oh, he looks like he's having a great time. Like he just goes around and gets the. Yes, alligator clips. Send for a free book containing investing information on vibratory treatment. Dr. James Barker. Highest award, World's Fair, St. Louis. I mean, look at that damn thing. That's terrifying. By the turn of the century, the spread of home electricity brought the vibrator to the consumer market. The appeal of cheaper treatment and the privacy of one's own home understandably made the vibrator a popular early home appliance. In fact, the electric home vibrator was on the market before many other home appliances essentials. 9 years before the electric vacuum cleaner. Good night, dear. And 10 years before the electric iron. Wow. A page from the Sears catalog of home electrical appliance from 1918 includes a portable vibrator with attachments billed as very useful and satisfactory for home service. Well, it's a medical massager, 3 beers. Don't know if I'd call that a vibrator. It damn near looks like it's gas powered. Like, look at that. That's insanity. Freaking crazy. You're better than me. I wouldn't use something like that. Holy sh. And I think that is the end of the article. Steampunk vibrator. Yeah, it's a Stirling engine. Yeah, exactly. It looks like a Stirling engine with an electric starter. Jesus Christ. You wouldn't use it, Barb? You know, I've saw the Sawzall with the dildo attachment before. Holy shit. This looks even more scary than that. Oh, I bet you it sounds loud as hell. Let me see. Hang on. Let me see if I can. No, you wouldn't. Oh, you're lost, not mine. Heh. Holy shit. Is that what? Are you for real? I don't. Jesus Christ. See, so all these are on fucking YouTube, but what can I actually play and what can't I play? Like, I think this one's probably good. Well, yeah, fuck it. My husband plays bass. I'm all good. Wife uses it for pleasure. Husband for driving in railroad spikes. One day a chick tries a vibrator. Next thing you know, she's got a Vag Destroyer 9000. This might be too sketchy. Yet you are educating us. Yeah, I mean, this is a. We'll try this. The Antique Vibrator Museum. I didn't know such a place existed. This is on fucking YouTube. If they have a problem with it, they can kiss my ass. We'll see how bad it gets.
Welcome to the Antique Vibrator Museum. Let me show you around. So here we have in one room, basically the history of this.
Viewer discretion advised. If you're not 18, get the fuck out of here, but I know you are.
One industrial object with great social significance from the late 19th century.
That looks like a goddamn hammer. For real. Look at that. Like, do you push on that? Like, I don't know how it works. Holy shit, you know, she has like 3 closets full. Yeah, I know. What about what party she was for? Not mine, I'm sure. I don't know what a passion party is. What the hell's a passion party? Get together to learn about sex toys and products from a. Oh, so it's like a sales rep for sex toys. Gotcha. I mean, I'd go. Sounds like fun. I personally authenticated every exhibit. Badge hammer, Source Pussy Slayer. Oh, and we're after 2 hours, so that will probably help.
All the way through the 1970s. I'm Dr. Carol Queen, sexologist and curator of the Antique Vibrator Museum in San Francisco. And today I'm going to
Oh, fucking course it's in San Francisco.
The most common question is basically, are you kidding me? Because the history of the vibrator has got some fun facts. How a vibrator's been marketed to women throughout history. A couple of millennia.
You've never heard of sexologists? There's a ton of sexologists or sex therapists or different stuff like that. It's a kind of a pseudoscience, but yeah.
Ago, medical doctors determined that a problem called hysteria was being caused by the uterus coming unmoored from its moorings and wandering around the body, causing trouble wherever it went. Now, the uterus doesn't actually do that medically, but for a while that was a good enough description of what they termed hysteria. So we got centuries of physicians who found that hand massage to the point of hysterical paroxysms of relief. You might want to call your orgasm that on a Saturday night. It has such gravitas. At a certain point, enough people had gotten better.
It was purple before she changed it. Yeah. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. She was crazy. She was even on the airwaves. Dr. Ross. Yeah. Kind of like astrologist. It sounds scientific, but isn't exactly.
Or had at least been treated by doctors.
So you
using
use it on your
vibrators,
cooch and then you use it
that
on your
when
face?
Vibrators became consumer items, there was a rush to them. The story that was being told about the vibrator at the turn of this 20th century was that it was a miracle machine to have.
Let me put this in my vagina and then, like rub it all over my face. You showed Jack the Ripper, in my opinion, on screen for a moment. I'm sorry. So that's where Fish Face came from.
Help practically whatever might have ailed you. Almost none of these were sold as sex toys. The closest you got was sort of cheeky ad copy that said, this is my favorite, almost like a miracle is the healing power of vibration and rightly applied. To which I
Shit. Hang on.
Wait, what?
I don't know what you're talking about. The 80s had Dr. Ruth, a tiny German Jewish woman who wanted to teach all about sex, but she doesn't eat pork. I have issues with that.
can only say, right on, that is so true. How did the museum acquire the vibrators in the collection? Joni Blank, who founded Good Vibrations, bought vibrators at flea markets and antique stores. There are also many vibrators in the museum.
Oh, yeah, sensual feather
that
dusting.
people donated to us. And this is actually the most exciting way to get a vibrator.
Gross.
So we're
Yeah, I
delighted
know
that
who you
there's
meant.
a mix
Richard.
of sources for these vibes, but certainly the fact that people run in with a brown paper bag with an old vibrator inside, set it on the counter and say, I want to give you this, and then run away is always a treat. They don't always run away either. Sometimes they stay and talk. Sometimes they run away. What is the oldest vibrator in the collection? The likelihood
Wildred.
is high that one of Dr. Makara's hand crank pre-electric vibrator.
That is a fucking hand crank vibrator. Did the museum just tell people to use a toothbrush as a dildo? I think they strongly implied it, but we would never make that assertion because we are not. Shit. Nothing we say constitutes advice in any way. We are for jokes and entertainment only. Also going to take quick minutes to grift here. If you're new to the channel or been here for a while, please hit that subscribe button. We are well on our way to 1,000, and we're excited to be getting there soon. If you enjoy our content, please hit like, please hit subscribe, and leave a comment, share it with your friends. All these things. We cover some crazy topics. Like to jump around and like to do different things. So go for it. It certainly looks like it works like a hand drill, Richard. And you just crank it, and it looks like this is kind of offset So it probably just shakes back and forth. I bet that's Nancy's favorite high school in San Francisco. Oh, I bet you she used this one, like when it came out. Could have a clutch, yeah. It looks like it's just probably offset, and it just kind of shakes back and forth. See this? See how the shaft is shaft giggity? See how the shaft's offset? I bet you it just spins around, kind of wobbles, and this causes vibration.
Is the oldest one that we have. Makara's was made from the 1850s to the 1900s or 10s. And
Both.
because the thing was
Both.
devised before electricity, it's a steampunk looking item, although everything was pretty steampunk looking until about 1919. Which
If they show a hammer, that's balls.
vibrator in the collection has the most novel design? The Detwiller. It is
Jesus
a little
Christ.
smaller than many 19-teens vibrators, and it ran not on electricity, but on compressed gas or air, like a tiny jackhammer. Behind me in the large case are a couple of beautiful Art Deco vibrators.
Still
from
watching
the
on TV, but not.
1930s.
Oh
One
shit!
of them
I
is
can
a
stop it.
beautiful
That'll give me a good
green.
reason to pause. Still watching on TV, but not chatting on the phone. Off to lurk, but not in a creepy way. We understand what you mean. Wink, wink. So I don't know, like a sawed-off table leg. I don't know. It seems like you could, and maybe there's not as much as there is now, but it seems like you could improvise and make something that was efficient. Just saying.
Color. The other one is black, and it's a Rolex. And I'm not sure if it's that Rolex, but it might be. Pretty fancy vibrator, anyway.
Rolex
The
made a
Wikipedia entry
vibrator?
for vibrator mentions a design that uses the flow of air from a vacuum cleaner to stimulate the clitoris. There is no citation
That is
to back
awesome.
this up. I bet
Silver
there
penis.
isn't. However, we do have a vibrator that attaches to a vacuum cleaner over in our case from the 1950s. It was an attachment that you could buy separately to use with your Filter Queen vacuum cleaner. To my knowledge, the vibrator that I'm talking about for Filter Queen had nothing to do with a flow of air in the clitoris. In the old days, this had to do with making the hose of the vacuum vibrate. And then you could do whatever you could think of that you needed to do with the hose. PSA, don't use your vacuum cleaner as a sex toy, especially if you have a penis. I mean this. Don't even experiment trying to figure out what I'm talking about. Some of those things have fans in there. Don't do it.
Do it, but
When
don't
you
do
call
it.
someone a dildo,
No
it's
advice.
usually meant as an insult. What would it mean if you called someone a vibrator? Okay, let's start by saying stop calling people dildos to insult them. It's a funny word, all right. Fair enough. But a dildo is a noble implement, and many, many people enjoy them very much. And if we call somebody a vibrator, I think we would be calling them a competent go-getter who knows what needs to be done and does it.
Excuse me? A competent go-getter. Okay. No comment. I plead the fifth. But yes, I tried it once. Not comfortable. Not comfortable. Not gonna lie. Not comfortable. Uh-oh. Hang on one moment, please. Today's the 19th. Did he? Wow. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. Looking. Looking the. Will it fit in Hayden's butt? In Discord. The answer is always it will, but it will tell you something. Something you need to know. Shit, I was looking for. Just give me 1 second, and I'll keep talking about nothing. So that was an interesting perspective. There's not really a news article on it, so I will just certainly just say what's going on. President Jimmy Carter, former President Jimmy Carter, has requested the Coke bottle in Discord, or finally proves that yes. Can we not talk about that, Blandress? No, we're talking about it. It wasn't pleasant. It didn't last long. It's over pretty quick. President Jimmy Carter, former President Jimmy Carter, has requested, because I don't know if you knew, but he has not been doing very well health-wise. He has requested that President Obama gives his eulogy at his funeral. I don't think that he has passed just yet, but I think that he's certainly very close to, if not going to. He's actually trending on Twitter. That's why I was trying to look. So of course he certainly wants Joe Biden to give his eulogy. So, with that being said, I don't see there's really anything we haven't covered. Hang on. Oh, yeah, we got a couple things. Oh, Ozzy already covered that. See, the problem is that Ozzy did one. Oh, did I say Obama? I'm so sorry. I meant Biden. Former President Jimmy Carter has asked current President Joseph Robinette Biden to give his eulogy. So. Oh. Okay. Yeah, we'll do some news. Because that looks cool. Oh, shit. Stop it. Stop it. Hang on 1 second. Let me bring it up here. I can run the. I sent you a video and. I mean, why not? Fuck it. We're already this far, right? All right, I'm gonna pull that up. Holy shit, it's not even age restricted or anything? What the fuck is wrong with that? I mean, there's a lot wrong with that, but. Okay, we'll share it. Holy penis. Okay, so I wish on shorts you could, like, reset them, because if not, you gotta watch all the way fucking through. Oh, maybe there. Haha. I figured it out like a genius. Okay. So this is a dolphin getting waxed off. Wax on, wax on, wax off. Wax on, wax off. Look at the penis on this dolphin. The silence? What silence? There's a video playing. This is so wrong, and that is strange coming from me. I didn't. I was, oh, congratulations. I got a membership to Jessica Reloaded. Free. Nice. There was no silence. There was just, like, I can't speed it up. It's a short. So that's as much as, I could do. Yeah. Isabel, don't, but I hate the silence with this playing. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Don't go back too much further, Isabel, for all of our sakes. Okay. I am going to play. Where the fuck is it? News. Ready? All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a couple short news stories, and then I'll let you go. This one's just a follow-up. Yeah, don't do it. Don't do it. It was actually informative. I think I did it all right. There was no sounds at all. I apologize. There wasn't much. It was just like a squeaky. It's probably better that you didn't hear it. But you can hear me, correct? Or no? Can you hear me? Can somebody hear me? Can anybody hear me? Just maybe like a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Carter and I used to be train conductors on the old peanut line. We would stop in random towns and throw boiled peanuts at children. Biden, probably. Yeah, we hear you. Okay, just no worries. The silence was so intense. I was like, oh no, I was getting trauma. Shut up, Stevie. Okay, so everybody can hear me. 69 for 69. 69. All right. So breaking a 5,000, we covered this the other day, but it is now moved up the coast. So a 5,000 mile wide seaweed visible from space threatens Florida beaches. A colossal accumulation of seaweed known as the sargassum bloom has been observed traversing towards the southwestern region of Florida. The magnitude of this seaweed mass is such that it can be observed from space and spans over 5,000 miles, a size twice that of the United States. This event is believed to be the most substantial occurrence of its kind and possesses a significant threat to the beaches of Florida. Yeah, probably. Probably. From orgasm to sargasm. Okay, then. Yep. And what else are you supposed to do when government censorship's got you down? Go to the orgasm. So, yeah, here's a... Oh, you mean sargasm? Like, I gotcha. Kaiser, you're a funny feller. You're a funny feller. So yeah, it's... I don't know where the hell this is coming from. Like, again, it's like, oh, I trust my government, but it's bullshit, probably. But it looks like it's pretty intense, and that there might be something to worry about with it. So, hopefully not, but it looks like a mess. So, if you're in Florida, make sure you're paying attention. I don't know if there's any protective or constructive actions that you can take to combat it, but whatever. So I thought this article was interesting, and I don't feel like reading the whole fucking thing because, it's just garbage. That's what somebody was saying, Light Rain. Lies. Yeah, it's brown algae. I like I said, I covered it a couple nights ago. Don't want to go super deep into it. But yeah, it's one of those things. For the first time in history, healthy mice with 2 dads and no moms born in a laboratory. So they're taking their fucking crazy yeah. Yep. They're taking it to a new level. I just don't even know. Yeah. Oh, this news story. Yep, we're playing God and our hubris will be our undoing. Yep. So I don't know. Yeah, it sounds like maybe it bloomed for some reason in that area. I don't know. Algae blooming is a thing. It actually it's a normal occurrence in Africa, and the current carried it over to the United States. So, let's go to this one. Well, we'll finish up with that one. So, another shitty story. Just in, city of Miami Beach declares state of emergency, implements a curfew. There's actually an article with this one, so we'll go over to the article. In a response to a violent weekend of fatal shootings, the city of Miami Beach has declared a state of emergency and imposed a curfew beginning at 11:59 p.m. on Sunday, March 19, 2023, and lasting until 6 a.m. Monday, March 20th, 2023. Just because we can doesn't mean we should. Yep. Okay, men in chat, do you want to get pregnant and go through birth? Neither. Thank you, though. I appreciate it. Hell nah. Fuck. The decision was prompted by 2 separate incidents, one Friday night in South Beach that left 1 person dead and another injured, and another fatal shooting that occurred early Sunday morning. City manager plans to implement additional curfew restrictions from Thursday, March 23, 2023 through Monday, March 27, 2023 to ensure public safety. A special commission meeting is scheduled for Monday at 4 p.m. to discuss the potential restrictions going forward. There's just a press release. So I don't know if there's any peaceful protesting video. Yeah, well, no. We'll just watch this quick clip.
In our city, the unruly nature of too many and the presence of guns has created a peril that cannot go unchecked. So tonight, Sunday, March 19th, we will be implementing a midnight curfew for South Beach
And off the top at 5 o'clock, spring breakers will now have to clear the beach early.
City of Miami Beach Mayor Dan Gelber, who you just heard from right there, calling for a midnight curfew after 2 weekend shootings involving South Florida visitors. Crime specialist Bridget Matter joins us live with his message as we learn more about the spike in gunfire. Bridget.
Miami Beach Mayor
Jonathan
is
Wood.
calling this an intolerable
Fuck no from
situation.
Kaiser.
Miami Beach police are now investigating 2 deadly shootings happening over the weekend. This all during spring break. Now the city is taking drastic measures, implementing a midnight curfew tonight. Large spring break crowds
Stevie got
filled
pregnant.
the streets of South Beach.
I mean, I didn't want this, but I'm going to see it through.
Police from multiple local agencies at every corner. 2 people are dead in 2 separate shootings, the latest Sunday morning near Ocean and 11th.
Last night there were some gunshots and there were a lot of groups of people just running.
Miami Beach Mayor Dan Gelber is implementing a state of emergency that includes a midnight curfew Sunday night until 6 in the morning.
The volume of people in our city, the unruly nature of too many, and the presence of guns has created a peril that cannot go unchecked.
Despite several police agencies helping Miami Beach police, Mayor Gelber says the crowds are too difficult to police. The mayor says in the last 3 weeks, more than 70 guns have been impounded.
We don't ask for spring break in our city. We don't want spring break in our city. It's too rowdy, brings too much disorder, and is simply too difficult to police.
Arrests were made in the moments after both shootings this weekend. So City Council will meet tomorrow to discuss if these measures should be implemented this upcoming Thursday through Monday, March 27th. For now, we're live in Miami Beach. Bridget Matter, Local 10 News.
All right, so that's what's going on in Florida. Oh, shit. Nope. I don't know if that's it, but I don't really want to go through that. Give me 1 Greek second here. Fuck me. I don't know, nothing's working. Hang on 1 second, guys. I apologize. Okay. So, our last story of the night. Sorry for that inconvenience. The worst thing I did was street race on spring break. We all know you showed your boobs at one point, which is against the law. I've only been here a minute, but judging from this chat, seems like the kind of base channel that would get you shadow banned. Wonder how you got recommended, like subbed. Well, I appreciate it, buddy. We are absolutely free speech here. You can say whatever the hell you want, and we try to cover things. We may not always agree, but you always know where I stand. I don't hold back. And we probably are hella shadow banned. Actually, we started getting recommended like 2 days ago, which is awesome. So, but it's a good group here, good community. So glad to have you. Watch mysterious streaks of light seen in the sky over California. So this was just breaking now. I knew you did. Damn it. It shouldn't be against the law. If you want to show them off, go for it. I don't give a shit. So this is kind of some odd lights. It's streaks of light were seen in the sky over Sacramento Friday night. Experts say the incident was likely caused by burning space debris. Jonathan McDowell, an astronomer at Harvard Smithsonian Center for Astrophysics, says he's 99% sure it was Japanese communications antenna jettisoned from the International Space Station in 2020. We generally track those kinds of things, though, so you would think that we might know. So we'll play this last video. So those, I mean, they do look like something burning up, but it does look pretty intense. So They usually don't sustain for that long while they're burning up, but like usually it's a pulse. That's a pretty long burn up. So you would either think that it was large, but there's so many of them, or it was in some way controlled. So that's odd. Kind of odd. Kind of odd. But I personally wouldn't think it would be sustained that long. But, you know, who knows? So, all right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be it for me tonight. I gotta have some conversations real quick after. I'll be in Discord. Oh, perfect, Belandris. I'll be in Discord at least for a little bit, hanging out. And yeah, please, couple things. I'll be on with the lovely Jessica Reloaded, 3 Beers, and Sleazy tonight to play some Phasmophobia. So that would be pretty fun. In about an hour. Yeah, all my links are pinned in the link tree. I also stream to Rumble simultaneously and Twitch, but I never actually check Twitch. So, but yeah, so we'll be hunting some ghosts with Jess, Sleazy, and 3 Beers. Oh shit, I appreciate it. Yeah, I'll definitely cover that tomorrow. Yeah, absolutely. So things coming up. Aussie Overlord will be covering the trial starting on Monday. The Zachariah Anderson trial, and I'll probably jump in after, during. I don't know. Don't know what schedule looks like just yet, but thank you for all the new members, and thank you for all of you stopping by. As always, love to have you here, and it's great to see you. Oh, and we got Fast Group right at the end. What's up, buddy? We're just finishing up. All right, y'all. You all have a wonderful evening, and we will talk to you soon. Take care.